Hello friends, my name is Dante Alighieri. I am an Italian poet, thinker, theologian, one of the founders of the literary Italian language, a political figure, the creator of the comedy, which provided a synthesis of late medieval culture. The Divine Comedy is one of the fundamental works of Western literature. I was born in Florence, Italy in 1265. My father was a Florentine merchant, and my mother was the daughter of a minor noble family. I was the first of their children, an only child, but I had two younger siblings who both died in infancy. When I was a kid, I lived with my parents in a house near the Piazza della Signoria. I grew up speaking the Florentine dialect, and I learned Latin at a very young age. I studied grammar, rhetoric, and poetry. In my youth, I became a notary, but I also worked as a diplomat for the Florentine government. Around this time, I joined the Guelph Party, which was a political faction in Florence. When I was 25, I fell in love with a woman named Beatrice Port. She was the daughter of a wealthy family, but she was already married to a man named Simone de Bardi. I never stopped loving her though, and I wrote several poems about her, including the famous Vita Nova. After Beatrice died in 1290, I became very depressed and I started to question the meaning of life. I traveled all over Italy, but nothing made me happy, so I returned to Florence and became a monk. In 1300, I was appointed podesta of a small town near Florence. It was a political position, but it didn't pay very well, and soon I found myself in serious financial difficulties. In 1308, I left Italy and traveled to Paris. There I met the poet Petrarch and the philosopher Thomas Aquinas. We became good friends, and they encouraged me to write about my visions of hell, purgatory, and paradise. In 1311, I completed the Divine Comedy, which was my greatest work. It's an epic poem that tells the story of a journey through the three realms of the dead. I lived out the rest of my days in Paris, and I died there in 1321. I was buried in the Church of Santa Croce, where my remains still rest today. If you want to know more about my life and work, I suggest you read the books by Peter Ackroyd and John Cherty. They are both excellent biographies, and they will give you a much better understanding of who I was and what I did. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe and write comments. Goodbye.